So you want to become effortlessly beautiful? I'm gonna get straight to the point with you. If beauty is power, then effortless beauty is even more powerful. People who look effortless look way better compared to others who are trying too hard. It affects the way that we're treated because it's undeniable. People will subconsciously assign positive qualities to attractive individuals. But you know what's bigger than the way people treat us? It's the way we treat ourselves and the way that we treat people. And specifically, the way we treat ourselves shows up as beauty. Beauty is powerful, and it does affect to an extent how hard or how effortlessly we work for opportunities, including financial and career opportunities, which ultimately, I know, in the scope of the universe and all of that, it doesn't actually matter. And it's not something you have to live by, and beauty will fade eventually, but in the societal and survival sense, this is still a factor, so why not make use of it? It's a valuable resource, and yes, this is a glow up video, but this is also a mindset video. Pretty is a type of privilege, but it's not the only privilege. There's so many. Pretty can look like many things, not just physical, but we know it when we see it because it's a very powerful thing and it's a non-verbal communication of the way that you portray yourself. The most powerful way to do things is to do it effortlessly, and this is the entire goal. When everything comes easy to you, it's a very powerful thing. So we're going to take action today to improve our halo effect by improving the way that we treat ourselves, and that's how we will look effortless doing it. In fact, you know what halo effect actually means? It just means the way that we glow. If we're glowing, whether it's our skin or our aura, it really shows. I'm May, and I want to help you glow up physically, mentally, and spiritually. So if you like this video, then like it and stick around by subscribing to my channel. I want to first say that your unique personality and your authenticity is your permission to show up as who you are unapologetically. This is the biggest halo ever. This will always win over purely physical looks, and looks are not the most important thing in life. Give yourself permission to do whatever you need to do to live by your own rules and grow into yourself and your own standards of what is beautiful. Like, for example, I have tattoos all over and I love it. Who cares if someone else doesn't? I definitely don't. Any problems that other people may have with that, that is their burden to carry, and I hope to make peace with themselves because that has nothing to do with you, by the way. Don't carry other people's baggage by worrying about what they think because that's not what you think. A person with great personality and is fearlessly being themselves has a certain aura about them where people can see them as more gorgeous and beautiful, where it has nothing to do with beauty standards and it will add to their looks. I think in a way people are very tired of the trend of beauty standards and how it's changing over the years. I want to say just set your own standards. You don't have to be deer pretty or fox pretty or rabbit pretty. You just don't. And I'm saying this, even if somebody is very objectively very pretty, but has a terrible personality, and pretty privilege is sometimes the reason why people can get away with doing the things that they do and they're forgiven for it. But in the long run, their looks won't matter. They automatically will lose aura points. Not to mention looks will fade eventually, so they'll end up with whatever's left inside. So being the type of person who's also who you are on the inside, and if your inside is beautiful, then that's the whole goal. That is the best kind of effortless physical beauty as well, and it will stay with you way longer than just purely physical beauty. So what do I mean by the inside is beautiful? I mean having good values and being of good internal health. You have healthy thoughts about yourself and also about other people. Healthy habits where you take care of your body and your mind and you have good manners. All of that. If you are lacking in any of these things, then people will automatically see that, even if you're effortlessly beautiful. Maybe they won't even notice how gorgeous you are because they're going to be like, oh, it's that rude or mean girl or whatever. I think a lot of it also has to do with how you carry yourself. If you're constantly believing that you're a hot mess, then you're more than likely projecting as a hot mess. Our actions are influenced by what we believe about ourselves and what we value. And then as for the actual effortless physical glow up, tackle each category one thing at a time, and eventually you will feel yourself glowing. There are very few roll out of bed flawless people out there. There's just simply no secret sauce. We make time for the things that we care about. When I wake up early enough and put enough time into my looks, I end up looking clean and well-groomed, but honestly, who has time to do that every single day? There are days when I can't even be bothered. You might not be seeing these flawless people on their off days, but I promise you they have them. But what I'm about to talk about can can be your foundation to looking effortlessly beautiful almost every day. And this is where you should be putting the first effort and the most effort. Some of these things may be a bit obvious to you, but many of us are not doing this, and we need to be reminded of it. First of all, let's figure out our strategy. We want to keep it simple, right? So make simple formulas. Make sure we're put together maybe in 2 out of 3 broad areas. Hair, face, body. Pick 2 out of 3. All 3 could be amazing, but make sure we have at least 2. Everything else is just detail like nails and jewelry and whatever. And then we want to divide our routines up. We can pick maybe 3 to 5 high maintenance habits that we do every month or 2 months. And then 1 to 2 high maintenance habits we do every week. I'm going to go into all of this in detail, but this is just so to not overwhelm you. Luckily, we don't have high maintenance daily routines, only low maintenance ones. See, it's not so hard. The very first groundwork that we're going to be laying is good health. If you have good health, I promise you everything else is going to fall into place. I used to have a 10 to 7 step skincare routine, but I was also drinking a lot and smoking and eating junk food and not sleeping. So nothing worked and my skin was terrible and I was wasting a lot of money. I promise you, your body is so highly adaptable and it can survive through very challenging conditions that you're putting it through. So some of you are like, I don't need to drink water. Then great, forget about the glow up. Your skin is not going to survive very well in the long term if you keep doing that to yourself. The type of food you eat matters. The type of water you drink matters. The type of energy you give your body matters. I try to eat a lot of food with antioxidants like blueberries, vitamin A rich foods, which are red fruits and veggies, that's how I remember it. Vitamin C fruits, which are citrus, orange, yellow fruits and veggies. And vitamin E foods like broccoli and sunflower seeds. So vitamin E are like green foods. Also a lot of omega-3 fatty foods like salmon. I also drink a ton of water every day and sleep at least 8 hours every night. That's the most basic, simple, foundational way to good health for me. But if you're doing all these things and still sick, I suggest you go to the doctor and get a checkup. Super underrated advice, but very necessary advice, and it should be done. Also, exercising and going to the gym and doing cardio and strength training frequently can really help as well. No amount of beauty treatment can replicate what a healthy lifestyle can bring to your appearance. If you're not healthy, don't even waste your money doing anything else. The best way to be more active is to do things that make you happy and ideally move your body. The kind of glow that you get from working out and exercising is like nothing else. You feel happy instantly, you get more energy. All of that will add to a glow up. Gut health is also incredibly important. It regulates everything in our body from being our second brain to controlling our breakouts. It keeps us from being sick. I get my probiotics and prebiotics mostly from food, of course, like bananas and oatmeal as prebiotics, and fermented veggies like kimchi and homemade drinkable milk yogurt for probiotics. If I have any specific kind of health focus, like right now, I'm trying to heal scar tissue, I would take probiotics like serrapeptase and nattokinase for that. It's a lot of reading up and research, but I personally love it, and just getting your health right is just so incredibly underrated for hair and skin health and beauty. I've also been taking these Grun's vitamins for a few months now, and I kid you not, because maybe it's the ingredients, but I've barely been getting sick, and my skin is glowing. I don't even have breakouts anymore, which is crazy. There's also probiotics in this as well, by the way. Anyway, Grun's just rebranded, and this is what their new packaging looks like. I kind of ripped into it like a beast, but it's so cute, and it looks just as yummy as their gummy bears. I could eat this package up, but I won't. The formula is still exactly the same, and getting your daily vitamins shouldn't be boring and sterile like many wellness companies tend to be, and it should be aesthetic and cool and romantic. So let me open this up for you. So Grun's are a very simple and convenient comprehensive formula, and this is what a daily serving looks like. And then there's 8 of these gummy bears instead of 1 because you can't really physically fit the amount of nutrients that comes with each serving size into just 1 gummy. The reason is that generic multivitamins only have about 7 to 9 vitamins. Grun's has over 20 vitamins and minerals and over 60 whole food ingredients, so that's why. It's made of very clean ingredients, and it tastes really good as well. You can take my word for it. Imagine this as your daily snack and you get 8 of these in the bag. This is 1 serving. I mean, it's more delicious than actual candy gummy bears. This is the sugar-free version, by the way, and my husband is constantly eating up my Grun's. I think he thinks it's actually a snack. I mean, I guess it technically is. This isn't just a multivitamin, a greens gummy, or a probiotic. It's all of those things and more at a fraction of the price most companies are are lazy and they don't care and they will overdo the vitamins to make it look like a good deal, when really, if you take that every day, that's not good for you. If you look at Grun's nutritional label, like really study everything, it's perfectly dosed, like perfect. With my special discount, you can get up to 52% off for Cyber Week, which is their best sale of the year. Just click the link in my description, and thank you to Grun's for sponsoring this video. There are people spending focused time on themselves every morning, and they have a maintenance routine every month or two. In many cases, always looking effortless is usually just about doing different high maintenance things in different departments so that you can be low maintenance the rest of the time and easily look put together at all times. You can pick and choose what you want to do. I do maybe like 5 at the max, but other people might do a lot. It's all up to you and how much upkeep you want. For example, I get facials every month as well as laser facials a few times a year. I have my nails done every few weeks and I do this myself, regular haircuts and all of that. And then I do hair treatments every few months, and all that minimizes the upkeep and erases many things that I need to do in the mornings before I go out. I have friends who, in addition to doing all of that, also get lash and hair extensions, laser hair removal, waxing, consistent blowouts. You don't need to do all of that, but they can really help you. For example, I think I could consider doing lash extensions and blowouts, and maybe if I can find a go-to place to do that at, I will save a lot more time putting on my falsies in the morning, for example. You don't need to spend crazy amounts of money either. Once you figure out what you need, it's pretty simple, it's pretty routine. You can even get Groupons and packages for things like laser IPL treatments. And if you don't know what you need, you can also find out by getting consultations from skin specialists who can help you. Ask your hairdresser what kind of routine they recommend. I used to spend a lot of money on nails, but these days I just do it myself, and it's very simple. I just invest in a DIY kit and watch a few YouTube videos, and it looks pretty good, I think. Maybe someday I'll go to a nail salon again, but I kind of prefer doing it myself for now because honestly, all the good nail salons around me are very busy and scheduling stresses me out, and we don't like stress. This is just regular grooming, so think of it as an investment, and maybe you set aside a budget for this every month because after a while it really pays off. On the other hand, a lack of grooming can really throw off your look. Things like messy and dirty nails, bushy unkempt eyebrows, or ignoring basic grooming like trimming split ends, cleaning up your eye goop, or whatever, that can all make you look unkempt. I also find that finding the right hair care product, style, and length that works for you and that isn't too difficult to style every day if you're short on time, or if you're just simply not the kind of person to spend a lot of time to do your hair, and that's not what this video is about either, that can help to easily look nice too. So I usually have straight hair, and all I do in the morning is just comb my hair, but I also braided my hair last night, so I'm kind of having this mermaid hair right now, and what I do to keep it in place is I just use a little bit of hair conditioner, like leave-in hair conditioner, and it takes 3 seconds. It's really simple. I just wear the braids to sleep. But the way to enhance that is, for example, if you get your hair relaxed or permed a few times a year, so you don't have to do it every morning and risk that constant heat damage every day. Even though my technique had no heat involved, it still involved a bit of time and preparation. Heat can be so damaging to our hair. It's just best to just do a treatment every few months for it. I usually let my hair air dry with products that work for me, so I always try to minimize that heat damage. If you have unkempt hair, that means you don't take care of your hair, whether it's greasy or frizzy or just untidy, and that can really take away from your overall look. I hate washing my hair unless it's greasy and blowing it out all the time, so sometimes I just put my hair up in a hairstyle like ponytails or braids or something. It takes about a few minutes, but I feel like that's helped me a lot to make me feel more put together when I feel like I'm a mess or having a bad hair day, or if I don't feel like doing anything. You also want to invest in the right hairbrush for your hair type, and if you have long hair, wearing a silk bonnet and having silk pillowcases, that has saved my hair from tangling up and looking like a mess every morning, and it takes time to comb through. I kid you not, I wake up in the mornings with a bird's nest in the back of my neck. And I just don't anymore because I started wearing hair bonnets and using silk pillowcases. Your daily routine shouldn't be time consuming at all. This is where you work smart, not hard. So everything that you do is on autopilot. You don't even need to think about it. You just do it. For example, SPF and also a skincare routine that works for you. Basic toner, moisturizer, even better, the moisturizer has SPF in it. Sun protection is so key to having beautiful skin in the long run. Like one day we're all gonna get old, and SPF really makes all the difference. I've seen so many before and after photos of, like, for example, there's twins out there who has done studies side by side where one of them wears SPF and the other one doesn't, and the difference is huge. I'm also a big fan of clean ingredients, as little ingredients as possible. Hyaluronic acid-based skincare is generally really great for most people, and that is what my moisturizer is made out of. And I also keep my skincare ingredients incredibly minimal. I use a heavier moisturizer along with some retinoids for nighttime, and the moisturizer sunscreen combination during the day, along with some azelaic acid to even out my skin tone. And that makes me feel like I have a very glowy base, and that's enough for whatever I do that day. I'm not saying to have a complicated skincare routine, but ignoring basic skincare routines like cleansing, moisturizing, and using sunscreen, that can lead to very dull, uneven skin breakouts, dryness, flakiness, all kinds of stuff. Also, none of this has to be expensive or luxury, or skincare that is just as good as the luxury items. Day to day, if I want to, I just wear a bit of foundation and contour, eyeliner and false eyelashes, and neutral lips. That's it. Most of the time, I don't even use foundation. I just use a little bit of eye makeup, and I have to spend more than 10 minutes on it, then I'm probably not going to be doing it every day. So keeping it very simple is key. Another thing that I do, which is pretty easy for makeup, is to use tinted lip balm. That way my lips will stay moisturized so that they're not peeling and chapped looking. And then I also get a bit of color and shine in it, so it looks really nice and subtle. Tinted lip balm makes it look like you're wearing a lip color, but more effortlessly. A CC or BB cream also has my skin looking like my skin, but better. It requires no technique to put on. You don't need some special brush or anything. You just kind of smear it on and rub it like a moisturizer, so there's no obvious line. And there's no special applicators or knowing where things are supposed to go or anything like that. BB and CC creams also normally only come in a few shades that adjust to your natural skin color. So it's not really nearly as difficult as typical foundations to work out whether that works for you or not, because it's not fully opaque. So you don't need a perfect match as much. Most BB and CC creams also come with SPF, so you get to knock out that sun protection factor out as well. If you apply too much foundation or contour or heavy eye makeup or heavy anything, it makes it look like stage makeup, and that's not really an effortless look. If you want drama, pick one feature, eyes or lips or contour. That's it. There's no need to pick everything at once. I also do a reset day for my weekly habits, so I don't have to do a lot of stuff throughout the week. That's your high maintenance day to be low maintenance for the rest of the week. So this is when I do my everyday shower. I shampoo my hair twice and I do a heavier hair mask, body scrub, air dry my hair, baby facials, whiten my teeth, do my nails, eyebrows, shave, everything. This is the day I do every single thing. And then for the rest of the week, I just shake up my hair for the rest of the morning. Everything else is just planned out for me, and that just makes things very easy. And also spend time with people who bring you peace. I swear I have no lines aside from my mouth because I smile and yap a lot, and I think that's worth it. Someday when I age, I do want to see a little bit of wrinkles where my smile lines are, so people know that I smiled a lot. But also people who stress you out and make you angry and cry all the time, that will also give you lines that you don't want. It's just not worth it. Controlling your stress levels is such an important glow up factor that also explains why a lot of celebrities, a lot of famous people and rich people, they tend to look better as they age, and they age more gracefully because they don't have as much stress. So just think about what that means for you and really manage your time wisely and manage your energy very wisely. If someone's not good for you, just literally cut them out. It's not worth it. Make way for the right people who make you feel good and bring you peace. That's it. Also, in terms of fashion choices, wearing the right clothes, the style, the right fit, accessories, and all of that has a lot to do with your overall impression. I can say that you get treated very differently according to how you dress. I also think that having outfits and things that you know work together, like no-brainer, makes getting ready in the mornings not only easier but also way faster. Also makes it look as if you put in a lot more effort and thought into your fit than you actually did. If you can, maybe even prepare a few uniform of clothes. This can be a capsule wardrobe if you want. I pretty much stopped buying fast fashion and just focus on buying less items that are higher quality. I also don't really like wearing jeans or basics or matching sets because it doesn't quite pull you together as much as maybe like a more signature or more statement piece of clothing, like really cool looking pants, for example. I think that jeans and sweats can suit some people, but really not everyone. I would also actually stay away from owning too much basics because then you're gonna get tempted to put together a truly basic outfit day after day. We want our clothes to have a bit of character. Like for example, a top that's not just a top, maybe it has some really cool details, or a skirt that's not just a skirt. That way you will also look like you put in a little bit more effort into dressing up when really this is every single day for you. It's effortless, which is kind of fab. Having clean clothes in good repair and iron with no lint, all of that helps a lot. I always de-lint and steam and iron all my clothes after doing laundry so I don't have to worry about it when I get dressed. Obviously, also storing your clothes in a dust-free environment, really folding it up and putting it into your closet and keeping that closet door closed, because my cats love getting into my closets and linsing everything out, so I have to de-lins everything again. So dressing a little bit more than everyone else as well. Not by a lot, not overdressing completely, but having a little bit more of an edge compared to other people, and having your shoes polished and moisturized, which I polish my leather shoes and bags about once a month. No stray loose threads on your clothes, no random stains. All of those things makes a big difference. If I see a stray thread, for example, I snip it off immediately. And if I see some random stain, I take a dab of laundry detergent and just wash it off immediately. If you see something, just clean it up. Otherwise, it accumulates into a bigger mess and you don't want that. I also plan outfits sometimes. I look at the weather predictions for the week, for example, and I pick up my outfits based on that and whatever styles I've been inspired by lately, and also whatever that I'm into. I usually fold it up and keep each outfit in its own neat folded pile. Unless it needs to stay hung up, then I just move it to the front of my closet. Most of my closet's only about 4 to 5 colors max, and mostly black, which makes my outfit planning super easy. I also noticed that girls who have this effortless look always have nice jewelry on. And this is where I feel where the high maintenance to be low maintenance thing works exactly in this situation. So as for how I pick my jewelry and accessories, I don't bother. I tried to be an accessories girl with little belts and chokers and hair clips and all of that stuff, and I failed miserably because I spent too much time deciding what to wear. So yes, while it adds a lot to the outfit, I also want to stay effortless. So instead, I just focus on having a nice stack of jewelry. You can be as demure or as statement as you want, as long as it adds to your personality. I tend to wear all the same things all the time, and I sleep and I shower in it. So I always make sure that my jewelry doesn't tarnish. Like, I wear only silver, which I polish about once every few months or a few weeks, because silver tends to oxidize eventually after a while anyway. So what I do is I drop it into a vinegar and aluminum foil and hot water bath, and I just clean it up with a polishing cloth. Super easy maintenance. You want to keep your jewelry clean anyway, and that's high maintenance every 2-3 months to be low maintenance for the rest of the time. If you wear the wrong clothes, like clothes and makeup that just clash with your skin tone, that can make your complexion look washed out or too harsh. There are so many apps out there, so many ways to figure out what colors work for you, whether warm or cool works for you or not. You also don't want to wear ill-fitting clothes. Clothes that are too tight or too loose can really distort your body shape, which can make you look uncomfortable or awkward. So this also means that if wearing 7-inch heels make you look very uncomfortable, and they do make you uncomfortable, then don't wear it. That's not an effortless look. And then there's poor posture, and I always need to talk about this in glow up videos, because slouching or hunching over, it can really affect your confidence and can make you appear less attractive. But if you sit up straight at a 90-degree angle, and you really get that instant glow up, it's the best tip ever. You also look more confident and just overall a better vibe. The difference between real effortless and try hard effortless is the real effortless person knows what makes them feel effortless. Therefore, they don't overdo things. It's kind of like they have a sense for things, like for example, how many rings will work for the look or kill the look, or how much blush makes them look the best. If you're not sure, you can experiment. You can pick a Sunday afternoon, for example, to just try out different outfits, try out different accessories. You will get a feel for this, and you will get this eventually. And if you have never experimented with hair care, makeup, clothes, jewelry, and all of that, just copy what a real effortless person does. You will more than likely end up looking like you tried too hard or too little, but it really takes some practice, and you got this. It's really just a matter of time. Another thing that makes it look like you tried too hard, but you're not really presenting correctly or effortlessly, is having the wrong role models. By wrong role models, I mean you orient yourself towards people who look completely different from you. For example, if you have very curly hair and your facial features are like a certain way, like maybe your eyes and eyebrows are close together and you have a different body type than an hourglass, like for example, if you have a very athletic figure, then you will not benefit from watching videos on how people with fine straight hair get your lashes done, or how people with an hourglass curvy shaped dress. Even if you want to look like them, some things anatomically are just not possible, and therefore you should just stick with people who have similar features like yours. Once again, thank you to Groons for sponsoring this video. I literally am about to eat the whole packet, and this is my last gummy, by the way, while filming this video. And don't forget, you can get up to 52% off their Cyber Week sale, which is their best sale of the year. So just click on the link in my description. And I hope this was helpful for you guys. I hope you guys get the effortless beauty that you want, and I will see you in the next video.